All right, today we're diving into a tool that is completely reshaping how we learn, how we create, and how we work. We're talking about ChatGPT. Let's get into it.
Just think about this for a second. What if you had an expert right by your side, around the clock? Someone to help you with your homework, brainstorm new business ideas, or maybe even spark your next big creative project? Well, that's the incredible promise we're going to explore today.
So let's start with the big picture. Artificial intelligence, it isn't science fiction anymore. It's not some far-off concept from the movies. It's right here, right now, and it's woven into the very fabric of our daily lives.
And ChatGPT is one of the most powerful and maybe most accessible examples of this huge shift. It's a tool that is fundamentally changing how we find information, how we solve problems, and just get stuff done every single day.
So what is this thing, really? I mean, it can feel like pure magic sometimes, right? But what's actually going on behind the curtain? Let's break it down in a really, really simple way.
At its core, ChatGPT is a super advanced AI chatbot. The best way to think of it is like a really smart digital assistant that you can just talk to. It's built to understand what you're asking in normal, everyday language and then give you a response that actually makes sense.
So how in the world does it work? Well, first, it's trained on a truly massive amount of text. We're talking books, articles, basically a huge chunk of the internet. From all that data, it learns to recognize patterns in the way we use words. So when you ask it a question, it's not really thinking. It's predicting the most likely sequence of words to give you an answer that sounds intelligent and right.
And this is the absolute key thing to remember. ChatGPT doesn't have feelings or consciousness or its own opinions. It's a ridiculously sophisticated pattern-matching machine. It processes your request and builds a response based on all those patterns it learned, which is exactly why the result feels so remarkably human.
Okay, so the theory is interesting, but let's talk about the real world. This is where it gets truly exciting, seeing how this technology is actually being used by people every day. So why is this such a big deal? Well, because the benefits are just transformative. It can save you an incredible amount of time, it can break down really complex topics to make them easier to learn, and it can give your productivity and creativity a huge boost. Honestly, knowing how to use tools like this is becoming a fundamental part of digital literacy. And get this, here's a fantastic example of its power. You can ask it to explain something like quantum physics for a 5-year-old, and then, in the very next prompt, ask for a graduate-level summary of the exact same topic. That adaptability is what makes it such a revolutionary tool for learning.
And it really is a tool for everyone. We're seeing it used by students and teachers in the classroom, by business professionals in the office, by creators looking for that spark of inspiration, and even by people who are just using it for guided self-reflection.
For students, it's like having a personal tutor available 24/7. Stuck on a math problem at midnight? Need a quick summary of a super dense chapter before a big exam? It can help you break down that complex information and really help you learn.
In the business world, it's a productivity powerhouse. It can help you draft professional emails, get a quick overview on market trends, or even just act as a sounding board to brainstorm new strategies. It's like having an extra team member just for generating ideas.
And for all the content creators out there, it's an incredible assistant. If you're staring at a blank page, you can ask for blog post ideas, script outlines, or even just a few snappy social media captions. It's a fantastic way to get those creative gears turning again.
Now, as amazing as all of this sounds, it is so important to have a balanced perspective. This tool is incredibly powerful, yes, but it is not perfect. Understanding its limitations is absolutely key to using it responsibly. So on one hand, it's fast, it's accessible, and it's a huge boost for learning and creativity. But on the other hand, it can be confidently wrong. It can just generate incorrect information because it lacks a true understanding of the world. That's why every single thing it gives you needs human verification. The best way to think of it is like a brilliant, super fast intern who is also sometimes completely unreliable. You have to check their work. So what does this all mean for our future? How do we integrate tools like ChatGPT into our lives in a way that actually benefits us? And this really gets to the heart of the matter. The goal of AI like this isn't to replace us, it's to augment our own abilities. This technology is at its best when it supports human intelligence, when it handles the tedious tasks and it frees us up to focus on what we do best: critical thinking, empathy, and creativity. Ultimately, the takeaway is this: ChatGPT is a tool. And just like any tool, its value depends entirely on how we use it. When we approach it with curiosity,
And also with a critical eye, it becomes an incredibly valuable partner for us in this digital age.
So I'll leave you with this thought. You now have access to one of the most powerful creative and intellectual tools ever made. The only question left is, what are you going to create with it?